Hello, coconuts, and
Hey,
welcome to
coconuts!
welcome to another welcome again to Lantern Light Adventures. Tonight we are going to be playing our Girl by Moonlight game, An Empty Dream. My name's Mal, aka Archangelic. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm going to be the director tonight. So let's go ahead and introduce our characters in the true alphabetical order.
The one true order.
One true alphabetical order.
I don't have my call sheet up, but I'm pretty sure that I'm first.
You are.
Yeah.
Excellent. I got everything else, but that one last thing. Hi, my name is Chantal. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Winifred, aka Nif, whose pronouns are she, her. And the transcended form is Concordia, pronouns they, them. And I am playing the Harmony.
Hello, friends. As is alphabetical order, E comes before D, and I am L. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Cary Milana Vander Lyall. Didn't even need to look at the character sheet. Who also uses they, them pronouns, and is sometimes Lykos, who, again, uses they, them pronouns. I bet you're sensing a theme. Cary used to be a god, is now a human, briefly eclipsed into something in between, and is now back to being what they once were. The human part, not the god part, sadly. They are the outsider playbook. Sorry, forgot to say that.
Next in CED order, I am Dozens. My pronouns are he, they. First of all, I thought that I was muted when I yelled "Go Coconuts" at the beginning of the session, but I had the wrong mic activated. So sorry for trampling all over you, Mal. Tonight I'm playing girl scientist Janus Quinn, pronouns she, her. I am also playing the time traveler Cronos, pronouns it, its.
Hello, friends. My name is Siliqui Jaden. You can find me most places online as FatSapphicBro. I use they, them pronouns. I'll be playing the unlikely hero, Calliope Rodrigues, she, her pronouns, and Verdade, they, them pronouns. As heads up, I'm not the top of my game today, thanks to seasonal slide fibro flare, but I'm hooked up to my tens unit, and I'm going to give it my best, so we'll see how it goes. Welcome back to our space here at Lantern Light Adventures. This is home to all of our TTRPG and related content on Twitch. All of our games are also uploaded to our Lantern Light Adventures YouTube channel. There's a link to our link tree in the chat right now. You can click on that. It'll take you to all of our various social media pages, so you can follow us everywhere we are. If you want to keep up to date on everything we're doing, feel free to also join our Discord, which is linked in the chat. Thanks for joining us today for An Empty Dream, our Girl by Moonlight actual play. We stream this game most Tuesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST. As for where you can find us the rest of the week, most Sundays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. PST, we stream Era of the Dragons, our D&D 5e actual play. Most Mondays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST, we stream It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. This is our new Cypher System actual play. We built the world collaboratively using, I'm sorry, did you say street magic? That session will be uploaded soon as a Patreon exclusive. We also record an audiocast after show for each of our games where we go over any necessary advancement steps and debrief from the game. You can listen to these for free on our Patreon at patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. All of these after shows will always be free, but we appreciate any contributions and support as it helps us continue to bring you awesome queer content. Speaking of Patreon, if you are not a paid patron, now's the time to sign up. Our lowest tier starts at $1 and will unlock all of our Patreon exclusive content, including the world building session for It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. Just as a reminder, each month we take the last 7 days of the month off so that we can edit and prepare more content for y'all, as well as have a bit of a break to handle our day-to-day responsibilities. And finally, in support of a free Palestine, there is a donation link for Doctors Without Borders on our page that you can support. And thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you for those announcements. All right. Let's get into this. Wood paneling on the walls, a large, austere desk made of stained hardwood. A dark brown leather chair faces a 10-foot high wall of monitors with news feeds, stock tickers, and other metrics. Blacktail speaks up. Sir, as a show of loyalty to you, I have gathered more allies, and they have valuable intelligence about the defectors. In this office stands the raccoon, the possum, the rat, and Corvus in full winged form. The raccoon gives a sidelong glance at Corvus and a wry smile. Corvus furrows her brow and drags her thumb across her throat. The chair moves slightly, and a voice speaks up. Then make haste to bring them. Then make haste to bring me the prototype and the so-called defectors. And do it quickly. I can replace you easily, Blacktail. A hand reaches from behind the chair, pockmarked with small purple crystals. He reaches for a remote, and the displays turn off. Previously, on an empty dream, Cary learned the uncomfortable truth about Nif's wealth. You had dinner with Professor Day, aka Moonflower, where you learned about the accident that led to Dr. Alice Vogel's coma and likely set Albert Storm on a new path. You set out to help your friend, Jordan Flowers, a normie, but somehow tied to the incursions from the dreaming. You opened a portal in an abandoned Kmart to the dreaming in an effort to close it permanently. But 3 figures came through, the raccoon, the possum, and the rat, who you all fought with valiantly, but Cary ultimately succumbed to their darker side and marched off with their 3 new lackeys in tow. You were unwilling to give up on Cary, though, and so you followed them to an abandoned school auditorium and confronted them, together with a Hail Mary thrown to Corvus of all people. Ultimately, Cary came to their senses, and you all headed to Arby's for some fries and to cool down. So where do we pick up? Who am I going to pick on first? Does someone want to step up and do their obligation phase? So, because we finished the mission, we are now in obligation. I'm going to say it's either the next day or within the next several days from the last mission you had. So.
I mean,
mean-
I'm happy. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say my obligation phase would be that night.
Okay.
But I'm happy to go after other people.
I like it. If we're starting like right after, then let's go ahead and go for it.
Yeah, that night makes the most sense to go with Nif.
Yeah. So are we picking up immediately at the Arby's or like after y'all have all gone your separate ways for the evening?
I think like right after the Arby's.
Okay.
So Nif had kind of been like sitting in the back, not as engaged as she normally is with the group, kind of playing around with like the straw wrappers and stuff, just like fiddling and fidgeting, and seems very distracted through the whole thing. And I think we'd kind of discussed that, Janus may have sensed there was some tension in Concordia when Concordia went into the time void, and also when Concordia kind of brought everybody into their harmony to bring back their favorite lupine friend. So I think Nif is gonna afterwards is gonna go home and kind of just call, Helios, are you here? Are you around?
As you call out, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to make your roll. So let's make your obligation roll and see how your obligation phase goes.
Okay.
So in this case, we discussed what was going on. Sometimes my players discuss with me what we're going to do before the session. So go ahead and roll Moon.
Okay, so I have 3 dots in Moon. So that would mean I roll 2 dice.
You roll 3. If
Okay.
if that first column of Moon is all you have all 3, go ahead and roll 3 dice.
Okay. Can I push myself and take 2 stress? To give myself an extra dice?
This is determined to determine how much stress you're taking from
Okay.
this all anyway. So
Okay, what are my prettiest dice? Don't fuck me.
yeah. So you'll take the top die from the 3 you roll, and you'll gain 6
Really?
stress minus what you roll.
You're calling Helios. I feel like fucking is kind of on the table.
Okay. I got a 6. I got a
Okay.
6. Only 1 6, but I got a 6.
Excellent. Yeah, you're not going to take any stress from this obligation phase. So, so we'll see how this plays out then. So you call out to Helios. It's probably pretty late by this point. But Helios is he's up. I imagine you did you text him or anything at any point this evening?
I think I probably would have texted that, like, because we went for dinner before going to
Yeah.
the Kmart. So I think I would have texted and just said, you know, hey, going out for dinner with one of the profs. We've just got some stuff going on. I'll probably be home a little late.
Okay. So Helios, you see that he's just like on the couch. Like he's a little bleary-eyed, like he had turned off the TV at some point, just like decided to just wait up for you though. And he says, he kind of wipes his eyes and says, oh, sorry, I must have dozed off. Hey.
Oh, it was a thing today.
Oh,
Like you would also see Kniff still has bitten and bruised his arms.
That's right.
So
Helios,
Kniff looks a little beat up, worse for wear.
Yeah, he will stand up and say, hey, well, what happened? Everything okay? Did you get in a wreck or something?
You know, just some bigger picture stuff going on. Some really challenging stuff. But I was hoping we could talk. Can we maybe let's go sit in bed. Let's go sit in bed and talk.
All right.
Like get into bed, just kind of like very anxious Sniff. Very anxious Sniff.
Yeah, Helios looks anxious, but he takes off his pants and gets in bed. Still the same t-shirt.
Oh, you know, had a super fun dinner at Arby's and now I get a show. That's, you know, what more could I ask for? So, okay. I know this is kind of sad, but I've been thinking. There is. I love you. First of all, I love you. I love you. I love you. And I hope that what I'm saying comes across with that love, because some of it is practical, but some of it is purely from the heart. There are some big fucked up things happening in the world right now, as you know, as you've seen. And I am kind of diving headlong into them. And it's really made me think about the future. And how I want that future to go, but also what I want for that future if I'm not there. And I have never trusted anyone more than I've trusted you. And I know that you have my very best interests at heart. And I want to make sure that whatever happens, you are looked after. And I want to know that if something happens to me, that either I will be taken care of in a way that is respectful to me, and if I am not there, that my parents and their money get fucked over as best as possible and invested into the most benevolent, charitable things. Will you marry me? And she'll pull out a ring made from straw wrappers from the Arby's. She was like working on. She's like, I didn't have time to, I mean, that's not true. I could have called up somebody and just like had every ring available. I could have had a lawyer. I could have had a justice of the peace, whatever. But I wanted this to just be us. Will you marry me?
Without hesitation, he just hands you his hand. Yeah, of course.
Put the ring on. I know that this is. I would like to do that as soon as we possibly can, because there are so many things. When we've saved the world, you and I are going to have the most ridiculous wedding with like all our friends, and it will be everything we want, you and me. But would you go with me tomorrow, like tomorrow morning, just down to the courthouse and just like do me the honor of becoming my husband?
He's like got a tear in his eye, and but he reaches over to the nightstand and pulls out a little box. He says, I was gonna wait until, the world wasn't ending or whatever is going on, but he opens it up. It's a very modest diamond, but a beautiful, like, white gold band.
That is the most beautiful ring I have seen in my entire life.
He says, I'm happier than I could ever be, but I'm also a little concerned that you think you're going to die tomorrow.
Well, not tomorrow.
Okay, not tomorrow?
Maybe the next day. We'll have to I'm not going to die until all the legal stuff is in place, I promise.
He says, all right, we'll go to the courthouse. We'll make it official. But you're giving me a big wedding.
Of course. I am giving you the biggest wedding with whatever
Like,
you want.
Out of town
want.
cousins, the whole 9 yards, right?
Absolutely. We will get married wherever you want. Like, I don't know, the Arby's sounds really appropriate, but I was so scared.
I'm gonna have one of the mechanical engineers encase this in resin. Absolutely. As he's like looking in the ring at the ring.
And when we will get you on the way to the courthouse, we will get you a proper wedding ring as well. But I just
No, this is perfect. Don't want anything else in the world.
just like kisses him and just kissing and yeah, I think before they do whatever fade to black, Nif would mind call out to the group. Don't make any plans for tomorrow morning. I've got something important that I want you to be therefore. Try to dress a little nice. And then yeah, just back to getting engaged and being about to get married. Wanting to make sure that the love of their life is I think just like seeing the professor and the way they love Oh, I can't remember any names. It's been so long. Oh no. Vogel. Was it Vogel?
Oh,
Agatha.
yeah.
Agatha and
Agatha.
Moonflower. And seeing
Oh.
how Moonflower looks after Agatha and that kind of devotion. And like that they weren't able to, do anything before the accident happened. Just like Nif's like, no, I can't wait. This is too big and too important. And this is war. I gotta, we're going to war. I gotta keep my person. I want to keep him safe and taken care of.
Absolutely. And as the bedside lamp goes out in your room, we'll
Heck
fade
yeah,
to
it
black.
does.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of those fades in, but it's like the heart-shaped fade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Yeah, so everyone has an appointment for tomorrow morning, apparently. So
Apparently. Thumbs up. React.
do we want to just like
Can
does
I
anyone have
do-
anything in the evening? All right, yeah.
I just want to roll a real quick die for if Cary thinks this is a funeral or not.
What's it? Is there analyze?
Because Cary doesn't have a lot of experience with weddings, but they've got a lot of experience with funerals and death. So the second that something nice comes up, it's immediately like, oh yes, this is my ceremonial garb because a soldier has fallen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Give me a
Okay.
roll. I think this might be analyzed for Cary.
All right, awesome. I feel like it's something that they would very easily misunderstand, and I want to honor that. Cary thinks this is a funeral. I got a 1.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, that tracks. It's like, did someone die? Like,
so Cary just immediately kind of like gets up from the Arby's and is like, I shall make proper preparations for this occasion. It seems that Nif has it handled, but still, no one should be doing this alone. Walks out of the Arby's.
all right.
Love Cary.
How did the rest of you react to this news?
I think Janus just was very like pragmatic about it. She's like, all right, tomorrow morning, got it. Thumbs up emoji, and then like doesn't think about it again until it's time to go.
Yeah, I think Callie just responds with a thumbs up. Like that's not the weirdest request that one of the group has had of us before. So,
We're getting fancy Arby's brunch. Is what's happening tomorrow morning.
right? Like, okay.
I love that y'all's group chat is a series of conversations that don't have the starting incident because Nif like voice messaged all of you. Like,
it's just like all emojis.
Yeah.
Just all the way down.
And then random Cary questions.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's emojis and then Cary occasionally being like, "What is the Virgin Mary?"
Oh no.
The other 3 were like rock, paper, scissors. One who has to answer. Who has to explain this one?
When God loved a world very much.
Well, all right. Since this is happening tomorrow morning, I guess we'll cut to that. How does everyone show up to the courthouse? Well, I'll start with Helios. Helios, well, no, sorry. I'll backtrack again. How do y'all show up to the courthouse?
Does anyone want to go before Cary?
Janice is wearing her regular clothes, but just like a tie.
I love you, Janus.
I think Nif looks very kind of put together, but not in like a fancy way, but like in a, I put in a lot of effort. Like her hair is done, her hair is done, but like she did it herself, and her makeup is done, but she did it herself. And she's wearing like clothes that she thinks are cute, not clothes that are fancy. And flats. She's not everywhere. I don't think she doesn't wear heels very often. So
there's a specific population of people that will deeply understand this. I think that Callie is wearing something from Lane Bryant. And if you grew up as a fat femme, fat AFAB, fat girl in some capacity, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Kind of business cash.
Oh yeah.
Nice,
Oh,
I
but
yeah.
not
have
too
that.
fancy. Slacks
Yeah.
and like a cute blouse. Whatever differentiates a shirt and a blouse. I don't know.
If you're Canadian and grew up fat, you got that cotton ginny trauma.
Oh, nice, nice.
Oh man, even the Canadians couldn't escape.
God,
Going to the 6th grade dance and like, or the 8th grade dance and like business casual wear from Lane Bryant. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm just realizing that I have to commit to this one that I have rolled, and I
Oh
am so
no.
sorry. But I
Stop
asked to
rolling for
roll
things
for
on
it.
your own. Knock that off. This is how we get into trouble.
Dude, I also rolled one of my bad dice because I thought it would be interesting, and now I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh god, I have to commit to this decision. Cary shows up. So first of all, outfit is full black, and so you know how like a matador has like the kind of cape aesthetic, like the shoulder cape? So Cary's looks like a little bit of a combination of like a soldier's, like a fantasy soldier's outfit, and then a matador's with like the cape on the side. It is clearly their best wardrobe, something that they took with them in case Corvus ever passed and they had to attend her funeral, or in case they passed and they needed to be buried. There are a couple of like little crystals scattered across the breast pocket, and uh leather combat boots. And Cary has on what seems to be like some sort of headpiece. It is like not quite a crown and not quite a mourning veil. It's a little bit of both. The second that they see Nif, they look very confused. In their hands, they hold a little bundle of things, which include Kleenexes, chocolates, uh, old-looking coins, very old-looking coins, like concerningly old-looking coins, and a couple of different, like, scented candles.
I think Nif would
Oddly fitting.
understand what had happened. Knowing Cary would have the kind of empathetic sense. And I think Nif went to like a convenience store, corner store that had flowers, and like picked up some little like flowers, some little bouquets or something for all her friends. And so Nif would come and like give Cary a little bouquet of flowers and just like, hey, I'm so
Hi.
glad you're here. This is a happy occasion.
Oh!
This is a happy day.
It was an enemy? I didn't realize that.
No one died.
Oh!
No one died.
Do we still need the coins for the toll? No, the
Something
Shadow
old,
Man.
something
I
new.
I
The
mean,
Shadow Man comes and he won't take you unless you have your coins.
um, you know, I think let's see, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. I
I
could
can get something borrowed.
I mean if I could like those coins look pretty old. That could be my
They
something
are
old.
incredibly old. They are very, very old.
And hey, if I borrow it and give it back, then it could be both.
Oh yes, these are intended for my funeral rites, but I was going to give them to whoever passed.
Luckily, it's nobody.
I can fight the Shadow Man.
Not today, luckily.
Not today. So
today.
What is the occasion if it is not a funeral?
Like, Nif would hand out, and Helios, like, looking over Helios, and there's also a very expensive lawyer who is very probably grumpy about having been called, but Nif is not taking chances, so paperwork will be done today.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I guess at this point you would see Helios. He's like probably coming out of the courthouse bathroom. He's wearing the best suit he has, and it's like a solid blue color. It's lighter than navy, but it's still not a bright blue. He's not wearing a tie or anything, but he has like a chain with a little paper ring around it, because he didn't want it to break on his hand. So he looks radiant. He has like, you can tell he's done like a little bit of makeup to look just bright, and it makes the blue stand out more. He's got like this blue and like slight glow thing going on.
So, thank you for coming on such short notice. As you all know, the world may be ending, and we're throwing ourselves into that chaos. And I wanted to make sure that, I got wifed up before the world ended. So I proposed to Helios last night. And Helios proposed back because, apparently, we're getting married today here at the courthouse.
I think you get the full squealing reaction from Callie, just like the like and then she'll hug both of you.
And there is nobody I wanted here more than you. Like, I couldn't do this without you guys. I needed you here. So sorry for the cryptic message.
It's okay. It wasn't the most cryptic thing we've ever received.
I'm
And
just
this is a
glad no
much
one is
better
dead.
thing to call for. What was that?
Oh, I'm glad no one is dead. I thought this was a funeral. That's why I'm in my death suit.
Nif, did you not tell? You have to be very specific with Cary.
Thank you, Helios. I'm glad someone finally understands.
I try to tell Nif all the time. Like, surprises work for some people and they don't work for others.
I
If I
was
am ever
very
surprised, I will
distracted. Very distracted.
What were you distracted by?
Nif would kind of like hold,
Helios full on waggles his eyebrows at that.
I think you would maybe get the sense that Nif is saying things in Helios's head for Helios's mind only.
You were distracted by the eyebrow waggles. I understand. It is very hypnotic.
I decided I couldn't live without those eyebrow waggles for the rest of my
that's
life.
Sweet.
However long that is.
Very long. You're not allowed to die. You're my rival.
I think you could probably get another suitable rival.
No, not like you.
Guys are... I can't cry. I'm about to get married. Which of you is the best at taking cell phone pictures?
Please do not give it to me.
I got you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, like Callie probably has like the camera in the
Quite
bag.
literally, yeah. I quite literally have camera homework.
Oh right. If you want to submit a prom work, you can.
Fantastic.
I think Janus is taking this in, and it's like looking at Nif and looking at Helios, back and forth and does some quick mental calculations and is like, okay, this is good. Good. And like grabs Helios and kind of takes him aside and dives into what at first seems like a, tropey, like if you hurt my best friend, like I'll kill you kind of talk, but it quickly like derails. And it's more like, no, if you hurt her, the world might end. And I'm relying on you to like be responsible for her stability and her health so that I don't have to worry anymore. This is all on you and don't fuck this up.
Helios looks at Janus, like just takes this in and is like nodding and says, "Are you okay?"
I think we're all okay.
I asked if you're okay.
Yeah, never better. Absolutely. All the way. I thought I was getting Arby's brunch. This is at least 3 times better.
I feel like you've been caught up in whatever is going on here, right?
Yeah, we all have.
Yeah, but Nif is Nif. Cary is, but you seem to be preoccupied about the doom way more than everyone else. And I've seen a lot of students do that when they're dealing with a lot of stress. They get caught up in how everything's going to be doomed. Just text me if you need anything, okay?
I will text you if I need anything.
No. Let's go have a wedding.
Let's have a wedding.
Are we ready?
Yeah, you get called in to the judge, to the judge's chambers. It's, it's just a justice of the peace and like a small chambers. There's a few seats here for anyone you brought with. The judge, she stands up and she asks your name, she confirms all the papers, she has you like look over all the papers and everything, and she says, "All right, who did you bring to witness today?"
Can I have 3 witnesses?
I don't see why not.
Well, I have the best 3 witnesses. These 3 here.
Cary is making an uncomfortable amount of eye contact.
This judge is weirdly unfazed by it. Like, just like does not like, is trying to get people through the day, get through her docket. And so like, some intense people come through. It's fine.
I was like, we cannot be the weirdest people she's ran into here.
Y'all actually seem pretty normal right now. Like the
we're
Matador
all
outfit
so good
aside.
at being normal, guys.
Yeah, the like Matador fantasy outfit.
Everyone has that one friend. I'm just saying.
Cary just dresses like a goth alternative person.
Yeah. I
Totally
mean, like,
normal.
I'm certain a Ren Fair wedding has come through here like
Oh,
before.
yeah.
Like,
That is exact. Cary's dressed exactly like someone going to like a Ren Fair funeral.
yeah, the judge is all smiles though. She just like she's happy for you, and she says, "All right, you have a few moments to say whatever you want to each other."
Helios,
Yeah.
my life became better the day I met you by an amount I can't even begin to articulate. I feel whole when I'm with you. And however long the rest of our lives are, there is no one that I would rather spend it with. You are the center of my heart. And You make me a better person every day. I love you so much.
Love you too. And he looks, he's like, is it my turn now?
If he's
And
like vibrating. And I think you would all notice that your plants, your flowers, any other plants in the area look better than they did when we started.
he says, you are everything and more than I could have hoped for in a partner. You are a force of nature and graceful and loud. It's every moment is wild and interesting when you're around. But it's always with so much love. It never feels like chaos. And whatever time we have together, I just want to be wrapped up in all that. I love you so much. And you'll look to the judge, and the judge says, well, with the power vested in me, now pronounce you husband and wife.
Just big kiss. Just like, and hug, and just like bringing Helios. And I think like there's no way you guys, like, even untranscended, I think the joy in the room right now, just you guys all find yourself brought into the harmony a little bit, brought into the love and the joy, and like this like radiant bubble of life energy. And like, yeah, just holding on so tight.
Yep. The judge hands you the basically hands you the signed certificate and everything, and says, and sends you on your way out for the next people to come in because you married at a courthouse.
And I think Nif would like turn to the lawyer and, you know, so we talked, I gave you the list of what I want to make sure happens. Anything happens to me, he is looked after. I want him to be the sole beneficiary of any money that is mine or any money that comes to me. I want to make this has to be airtight, okay?
Yep, everything's covered in the prenuptials. We are, I think we're set. I do have to run some of this by your parents' lawyers, of course. Your trust is tied up into some of this, so they will need to be notified. I'm sorry, Nif. I know and this is always the worst part about being a lawyer. Not everything's as clean as it seems, but I'm confident nothing's going to go wrong here. We sealed everything up. We looked over everything. Calm down. Have a good honeymoon, okay?
I guess I should probably tell them then before their lawyers do, hey?
That is up to you, but generally I find that that's the better situation. They're going to find out one way or another.
I think they would react better if we invited them down to the Arby's for it.
I don't know your parents. I'm sorry. Are you asking Helios?
No, I was asking the lawyer.
Oh no, this lawyer's like, I don't know your parents. So that's completely on you. But you have my number. Retainer's all paid up, so whatever you need.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as possible, as airtight as possible. And as fast as we can, because the world is a scary place.
Absolutely. So, yeah, he'll get all all his stuff together. He says, "Yeah, just call me in my office," and he'll head out. So, speaking to like 5 different people at this courthouse on the way out because lawyers.
I said as fast as possible.
Yep, on it. Continues talking.
That's right. I need to tell my parents.
Yeah, we'll come back around to that. As we leave this happy moment, we still have lives to tend to, but you can you can talk to we're still in this happy moment right now though.
Arby's? Everyone down for Arby's?
Yes, I'm always down for Arby's. You know, I love the
Sweetheart?
meats.
My husband, mine.
Yes, my wife, let us go to Arby's.
I like that. I love that. I think, yeah, they go have brunch at Arby's.
Janus got her brunch after all. Best day.
Hey for Janus.
This is the best day.
Cary makes uncomfortable amounts of eye contact with every single Arby's worker while dressed in the Ren Fair funeral outfit.
That doesn't feel terribly unusual.
No, it's just
No.
something I'd like to note.
Yeah.
As somebody
feels like
who
a
worked in
monthly
an
occurrence,
Arby's,
at
yeah, that
least.
makes sense. I wouldn't be phased.
Remember when I said that y'all are the regulars at this?
We are single-handedly keeping this Arby's open.
Mm-hmm. There's literally a guy who just lives out back that they just don't get rid of. Like this Arby's has no standards. Y'all are the only thing keeping revenue to this place.
He's not going to hurt anyone. He's great.
He's so nice. Oh, very quickly while we're on the subject, Janus, can I speak with you in private for a moment?
Of course. We slide
Cary,
into our own booth.
yeah. And Cary's going to take the very, very old coins and slide them across to Janus.
Whoa, cool old coins.
Yes, so if anything happens to me, you put those in my corpse's pocket. And that way I will have an easier trip to wherever I go. Creatures of the dreaming go where they go, and I don't know where that's going to be, but I know that those coins make it easier. And I know that Nif is preparing for the worst, so the only way that something bad would happen to any of you is if I am dead. And so I want you to be prepared for if and when that happens. I know that you have so much to prepare for and you have so much on your shoulders, and I am sorry that I am adding to this, but you are my best friend and you are the person I trust the most with this.
Janus says, well, I have a lot of questions about that. And she reaches over across the table and takes Cary's hands and says, shouldn't we just put them in your pocket now?
If I put them in my pocket now, it might call the shadow early.
Ah, okay. So I'll put them in my pocket.
Yes, you can put them in your pocket since they're my coins.
Okay. Very good. I'll hold on to these for you. And if the worst happens, which it won't, because you have me and everyone else looking out for you as much as you look out for us, then I'll know what to do with them.
Good. I have coins for you too, just in case we're the same. I know that
you have very old coins for me.
Yes,
Can I see them? Can I see them?
Cary pulls out 2 coins from their pocket. They are also noticeably old, but they have been cleaned methodically to the point where they now shine in their glory.
Janus looks at them closely and is like making like extra, like kind of like comical effort not to touch them, so as not to call this the Shadow Man early. But she looks at them and she looks at Cary and says, I understand.
I'm working on getting coins for all of you, but you were the first person that I want to make sure would be safe.
Well, that means a lot, Cary. Thank you.
Always.
Are these very old coins because they're from the past, or are these very old coins because they're from the future?
You know, I don't know. All I know is they're very old. I mean, the ones I got you were from the past, but I don't know where mine came from.
How did you find them?
Oh, I was given them.
By
You know,
whom?
I don't know.
Oh, curious.
It's just something that the soldiers get if we come here and die.
I see. Cary, what do you think happens to dreaming creatures if they die?
I like to think that we go back to dreams, that we become what we used to be. We become ideas. We become stories and places that people go to at night when they sleep, when they dream. But if I'm more cynical about it, I think that nothing happens and that I stop. And I don't exist anymore. And I might have a body and I might not. I don't know.
Well, I find the first option more comforting. I think that's what I'm going to choose to focus on for right now.
That's fair. I have a guess on what happens to all of you if it happens.
Did you say you have a guess what happens to us?
I do.
What is it?
I do.
What is it?
Well, the professor that I studied physics with, he said that energy isn't destroyed, it's just transferred. So you're full of energy. All of you are. That's how you survive. So when it stops being how you survive, it doesn't just go away, it has to go somewhere else. So I think that you get to be something else. You get to choose what you want to be. Maybe you get to be something. Oh, what are we doing? You get to be something more. You get to be something that you wanted to be. Maybe you get to be a cat. Maybe you get to be a sheet of paper. Maybe you get to be music. I like to think you get to be something that you want to be.
Maybe we get to be dream stuff and you get to be waking stuff.
That would be nice. I'd like to be a person.
I can't think of anyone who deserves it more. You're already one of the best persons that I know, Cary.
I think you have to meet more people then.
I don't have very many friends.
We'll work on that.
Janus will pocket the very old coins.
Helios will come by with milkshakes for both of you. We got whatever was left in their machine. And like
we just got all the milkshake.
Yeah, you see there's another table that has like 8 more large milkshakes. Like, feel free to have it, whatever you want.
If I had a yard, this is how I would have gotten him.
What?
The milkshakes. Bringing the boys to the yard.
I'll avoid milkshakes then.
I'll play you the song later.
All right.
What is Callie doing at this Arby's brunch?
I think I was probably taking photos for a little bit.
Absolutely.
I'd be directing you all around and taking little pictures and stuff. And lots of cute little interlocked arms with the milkshakes and, fun stuff.
I think
Cary is
if-
noticeably avoiding milkshakes after the milkshakes brings all the boys to the yard.
Cary is terrified.
Can we have found like one absurd curly fry that's long enough for all of us to hold it and post for the picture?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think Nif makes sure that Cary is, or so that, not Cary. Oh my God, names are hard. Callie. I just got married, okay? I have a lot on my mind. But Callie is also in pictures, not just behind the camera. I think Nif would insist on doing like one of the like Lady and the Tramp curly fry, but with like each of the group. So like there's 4 different Helios, Callie, Cary, and Janus. Just like, and like would buy as many curly fries as it took to get the perfect curly fries for it. We are going to be eating like kings for the next while. These curly fries will not go to waste.
At the end of brunch, there's just going to be all the like little ones that weren't curly.
Nothing
I
says
think-
eating like a king like leftover fast food.
I think that Cary makes a point to eat all of the ones that aren't curly because they have been disregarded by the system and they will not let that go unanswered for. They will make sure every fry gets eaten, no matter if it is in a curly shape or a non-curly shape.
The commitment.
Awesome. I think we end this brunch on a snapshot of the picture of all of you with the like massive curly fry, like we get that picture and then it fades away as you've all went your separate ways after celebrating. Niv, your obligation is completed. You received no stress from all of this.
Thanks.
So
Congratulations.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you all for being there.
yeah, who wants to go through their obligation phase next?
I have
Do
a,
you want to go? Please go, Dozens.
Okay, I have a vision for Janus where, coming off of this highly stressful adventure phase, right, where Nif went kind of dark. Lykos obviously went super dark, concerned everybody, and segueing into obligations. Janus was like, and now I've got like a test coming up. I got to do my homework. I need to check on Moonflower, and trying to position Splendiferous to take over the robotics club. So because I can't deal with just one more thing on my plate. She's like up here, and I think what happens next is that she gets like a text message from Esther, her partner at the bridge club. And Esther is like, "Where are you, Janus? We had a tournament today and we're starting in 30 minutes." And Janus is just like, as if I needed one more goddamn thing. I forgot all about this. Like texted back. He's like, "I'm really sorry, Esther. I thought that, the tournament was canceled. I don't think I can make it." And I think having this obligation to her bridge partner, which is something that she started doing to blow off steam and to not have to deal with saving the world and also like going to school and dealing with all the stress from that.
Absolutely. Yeah. What is your lowest stat of sun, moon, stars?
That would be sun.
I think sun's appropriate here. Go ahead and roll for sun, and we'll see how much stress you incur from this.
Okay. If I have no dots in that, is that just one dice? That's not like roll 2, take lowest.
If you have one, that's just one die. Yeah.
And if I have 0,
Oh, if you
Roll
have
2,
0,
take the lowest.
yeah.
okay. Roll 2, take lowest. The lowest is a 1.
Okay. Let me just make sure I have this right because it has been a second since we played. But I think it is 6 minus the amount you rolled. Where is it? Well, whenever my computer decides that it's going to open it. Okay. I believe it is. That is the amount of stress. So phases of play, obligation. The nature of obligations. Here we go. 6 minus the die result. So yeah, you take 5 stress.
Got it. I accidentally clicked on the leave meeting button. So
Oh.
Polly, if I shuffled our order, you have to save us.
We did.
Yeah, it did.
We're all shuffled up.
Oh no.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Well, while our producer handles that.
I will be the time traveler now.
I don't know who I am anymore, which is pretty fitting for Cary.
You and I
think.
are fine. It's just
Oh,
Janus and
yay.
Nif that got swapped. It's fine. We can just keep going. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
I contain multitudes.
Yeah. So you get this text that there's a tournament and you haul ass to this tournament. You get there and like, you know, there's definitely a sense of impatience as you get to the table, as like clearly this table is going to time out, you know, because the teams weren't there. Yeah. And Esther says, you ready to do this? We have to start right now.
Yeah, I feel like Janus just like blows in through the door, like flies across the room, slides into a chair, picks up her hand, and is like ready to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely flustered. Like hair a mess. Like maybe this is happening right after the wedding. Like her tie's all like messed up.
It's floating behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do not play your best either.
I bet I don't.
Yeah. It's just like by the time you catch up your breath, you're already like you're already partway into this hand, and it's not looking good for you. Ultimately, you and Esther are knocked out of this tournament in whatever way this tournament is structured.
Yeah.
Pretty early on. Esther doesn't seem too phased. She says, come from a party or something?
From a wedding, actually. One of my
okay.
best friends got married at an Arby's brunch, and it was fantastic.
That sounds
We're very happy for them.
very modern.
Very modern.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
She doesn't seem like she says that with anger, just with maybe confusion. And but she says to you, well, if I had known that there was going to be a wedding, I could have found another partner. It's okay. You don't have to be here every time. I know you have a busy life. I don't have much going on. This is kind of what I do. In fact, I'm going to go play some hands with the rest of the people knocked out after this. So, but if you have
bracket.
things, no, we just, I mean, it's deathly serious as it always is, but yeah, no stakes once you're knocked out of here. So,
yeah, I know.
It's okay.
But like,
you're young. You got things to do, and that's okay.
Thanks, Esther. I just, I made a commitment and I made an obligation, and I have a hard time letting people down, or feeling like I'm letting people down. So that's probably why I took it so seriously.
It's okay. There'll be more tournaments.
Yeah, sorry about that too. I obviously wasn't playing my best.
I've been knocked out of the first round of these tournaments more often than I can count. It's okay. It happens. Someone has to lose, you know.
Yeah, I guess it's an important job, so that somebody else can win.
Absolutely. That's a good way of thinking. Now
Well,
you go do your young things, and I'll be with the rest of the old ladies here.
all right. Thanks, Esther. I'll go do my young things. You go do your old things, and see you next Saturday. I'm
She
still
just hands you
alive.
some candy, like some toffee from her bag, and goes on with
Oh.
her day.
Ooh, a butterscotch. Thanks,
Yeah.
Esther.
Werther's.
Yeah.
Some Werther's.
Somewhere there's, yeah.
Sponsor us today.
In the spirit of just double scheduling, apparently there's also an owl meeting about to happen right now as well, that you just somehow completely lost track of how busy this day was when you're like, hey, my friend needed me at the courthouse, and you're like, oh, I've booked all these things. So you get the like calendar alert as you open the like butterscotch.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I get that. I'm like, oh, Jiminy Cricket. And I guess I'm tearing back across the campus again from one thing to the other.
Yep. You make it in, and Moonflower says, like, you don't end up being late. You're kind of right in time. Everyone's still like mingling and everything, but Moonflower just says hi to you and says, I love the tie. It's very chic.
Thanks. I'm here. I am here on time, and I'm not late, and let's get some stuff done. Janus is just like, she's here and she's intense about it.
Absolutely. It seems like today's focus is specifically like divinations and things, like your expertise.
Cool.
But you're looking around at all the faces here, and you know, most of it's like the baby Wiccans that you see a lot, but there's a new person here as well.
This looks like a adolescent to teenage Wiccan in terms of skills. Someone that I can go up against. I challenge her to a Wiccan duel.
A Wiccan. So yeah, there is a another student here. She has like kind of long brown hair. She's South Asian. She has an Appetites t-shirt with like the 3 characters against the moon background, clearly like fan made. But she's not like, she seems pretty normal compared to the rest of the people here. She's not wearing like a bunch of occult things. She's not particularly gothy. She's just in like this t-shirt, jeans, and some sneakers. Kind of, you know, matching a similar vibe to Janus as well.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, Janus approaches her and like is like intends to be friendly, but she's just like way too keyed up and like forgets to like make her face friendly and make her voice friendly. And she's like, I haven't seen you before. Who are you?
she says, my name's Priya.
Hi, Priya. I'm Janus. Welcome to the Owl Club.
I'm glad to be here. It's cool.
Do you want to read cards together?
Yeah, that's why I came here. Yeah.
Janus sits down and starts doing a spread.
I heard there was going to be like free card readings, and apparently I was the only one who wasn't already a member that showed up. But yeah, I would love to get my cards read.
Cool. Yeah, Janus just like is like already like 2 steps ahead. She's like, oh, I can you know, tell from like, you know, she starts doing like a I don't know, some kind of like Sherlock Holmes, well, because of this and that, like this spread would be inappropriate, and it's actually the wrong time of year and the wrong phase of the mood for this kind of spread. So I think we're going to do this one. This is my own variation. And okay, sit still, stop fidgeting.
Oh, am I fidgeting too much?
No, that was me. Sorry. Don't worry, this is gonna be fine.
She'll just put her hand on your hand and says, "It's okay. You don't have to read my cards if you don't want to."
It's too late. I've already started. Here's your first one. Should I draw a card?
Yeah, if you want to. Like, yeah,
okay.
I'm here in the fiction. I don't like. I didn't know what was happening here.
Okay. Here's a 2 of Swords. Blindfolded person, 2 paths ahead of you. Interesting. And then here's the 10 of Staves, a heavy burden. And finally, the 7 of Cups. Ooh, a very interesting and varied future. More options before you. Interesting. What'd you say your name was?
My name's Priya.
Priya, are you struggling with a decision that needs to be made?
Yeah, I'm trying to like really finalize my major. I'm somewhere between just going, like straight physics or mechanical engineering. Um, Mostly I'm obsessed with like time travel novels. So like as a kid, I always thought I would invent time travel. So,
You didn't.
I'm really aware of that, but that's a weird thing to say. I'm just sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, it's been a weird day. I'm sorry.
You have kind of a cool intensity about you, but it's a little scary.
Thanks for letting me know that. I don't always it's something that I'm aware of and that I try to work on. My friends are usually
No, it's cool. I'm just trying to like
calm down.
No, don't change it. I'm just acknowledging it. I'm trying to like let things come as they are. Like
That's a
real
hard thing
like
to do,
meditative stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always trying to be in control and to change things myself. Letting things come as they are is a difficult thing to do. Is it Priya?
Yeah, it's Priya.
I'm
Do you want me to write
Janus.
it down?
No, I got it. You said you're into mechanical engineering. We've got a robotics club that I happen to be the president of. No big deal.
Oh, I
You
actually
should come by.
I didn't know there was a. Yeah, I'll come by. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah,
Where did you come from?
I go here.
Not here.
What?
I haven't seen you here before.
Oh, well, yeah, I saw a flyer in the hall about, get your tarot cards read, and thought it would be cool and thought I would get some guidance, but yeah, I'm a student here.
Okay.
I mean, I'm from Sunnydale, but I wanted to come here. They had a better physics department.
Yeah, we do. We always kick Sunnydale's ass every year. You know what, Priya? Let's start this over again. And Janus like feels like more present and more like curious instead of stressed out, and she's gonna start over.
She says, "Well, what was your name again? Janus?
Janus Quinn.
Janus Quinn. That's a good name."
Thanks. I got it from the previous Quinns.
Funny how that works, huh?
Usually is how it works.
And what's your major?
Mechanical engineering.
Oh, twinsies.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally.
Or
totally
maybe twinsies. I haven't fully decided yet.
Maybe.
That's kind of why
I
I'm
don't know.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like building robots?
I
I'm into
do like
robotics
building.
club.
Yeah. No, it's one of my favorites. It's one of my 3 favorite things. My 3 favorite things are building robots, tarot, and my friends.
I like that you have a top 3. That's
What are your top 3? Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm going on a journey right now. Cary is possessing my body, and I have no control over what's happening.
Yeah. Did you ask Priya something? Or did you tell Priya something? Sorry, I got full on distracted by the ghost of Cary.
Yeah, Priya, what are your 3 favorite things?
Oh. I like eating junk food. I like watching appetites while eating junk food. The two have to go together. And I don't know. I like trying out new things. That's just why I'm here.
That's great. Do you have a favorite fast food?
I'm a sucker for curly fries.
All right. Well, this is very interesting. Janice's mind is like reeling right now. She's like, wait, is this, wait. And I think it just occurs to her. I think, wait, is this potentially me? And it's like this, oh shit, is this going to create a paradox? And like abruptly like stands up on the table and she's like, Priya, it was good to meet you. I gotta go. I will see you at Tarot Club in the future. And she turns around and runs away.
All right. Yeah. Priya's just like watches you leave, and that's where it ends. And like we cut from there.
I think that Priya should stick to watching appetites.
Yeah, I don't know what Janice does with this information. Like she has like or like robotics support system, and she has like a mysticism support system. She doesn't really have it. She's kind of on her own in the time traveling world. I don't know who she's going to reach out to be like, there might be, I think I met someone who I think might be me, and I don't know what to do with that information.
Yeah.
I love that Janice's reaction is not, I think this might be an incredibly amazing person for me to be with. It's like,
Which is
no,
untrue.
this person must be me.
Yeah, because the other thing is not true. I mean, you can't be like
Could be.
completely
We don't know.
similar. Like what would you talk about? You would just have all the same opinions. That would be boring, right?
After all of that, it was really the Arby's that put it over the edge, to be honest.
Reasonable.
That is so reasonable. I mean, like, you know.
You can't have a potential match who like hates Arby's when that's the only place you hang out at.
But also, if that potential match only likes curly fries, you're not going to have as many curly fries. You're going to have to share your curly fries, and that's not fun. You should have a potential match who like eats the non-curly fries, maybe.
Okay, y'all are the only people in the world that constantly order fries for the table. So like, everyone else usually buys their own fries. That's how most friends work.
Nif makes sure there was more than enough fries, and Nif would make sure there's more than enough fries for Priya too.
No. I will eat her fries.
But honestly, thinking about it, that is such a college thing to do. Like order a bunch of large orders of fries for the table. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say that's probably it for Janice as far as obligation goes.
Like
that's
I feel
really
like
enough.
I like half blacked out during that whole segment. I was just genuinely being puppeted by Cary.
I watched you do it, and I loved it.
I think this is great for Cary. This is so much fun. All right. You want to go next, or do you want me to go next?
You can
Well,
go for it. Oh,
we're actually close to break right now. So let's go ahead and
Okay.
take our break now instead of moving on to another downtime phase
Fair
and
enough.
interrupting
yeah.
it. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take our break. We'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes. We hope to see you soon.
I'm going to use one of the
Amazing.
bad dice.
Welcome back, coconuts.
Go nuts.
Yeah, so we just finished up Janus's downtime as she runs out of Owl Club, very flustered, thinking she has met her doppelganger. And yeah, I think we're going to Cary next.
Alrighty. Cary time. I'm going to use one of the bad dice. And for the record, I don't know what Cary's going to be doing. I never know what Cary's going to be doing.
Mhm.
Cary does whatever Cary wants to do. Whee! Yay, it's a 2!
Okay, so you are going to start off with 4 stress. Yeah, going fantastic. So what is how does obligation call to Cary today? You have 2 jobs.
Yes.
And you have classes, so there's plenty to choose from. What was your lowest stat again?
Oh yeah. I can see if I can get a 1. Because
Do
I
you
have
have-
no dots and moons, so I can roll it twice and see if I can get a 1.
All right.
Yippee! Whee.
Because 1 eclipse is never enough.
Yay, I got a 1!
All right, you get 5 stress. But honestly, it makes sense. Like a good thing just happened. Like there's happiness all around, but it doesn't undo the, that mission was rough. So
Cary, I think, is in a headspace of, I have just become a burden to everyone on my team. I am supposed to protect them. I failed, and I became something that they needed to talk down. They needed to fight actively. I failed. I am not a good soldier. I am not a good protector. I am not good enough to be worthy of love. And the wedding has kind of cemented it for them that they're not going to get this happy ending that Nif is going to. Whatever happens to them, they are a soldier first. And at the end of this conflict, they're not just going to settle down and have a happy life. Cary sees 2 ways out for them. Either they die or they go back to the dreaming. They don't know what it is going to mean to be a person, because they're clearly bad at being a person. They are so bad at being a person that they turned evil. And so they're just sitting here, and they are not in the mental headspace to deal with children. They are not in the mental headspace to deal with customers or classes, and they have to deal with all of them. And so I think that they keep up the front for the kids, and it isn't until they get to their other job that it really starts to crack.
Mm-hmm.
And they do what feels comfortable. They fall back on taking orders, on being a good soldier. And it doesn't feel right. It feels itchy under their skin. It feels wrong. It feels like too tight clothes that they are trying to wear and they are failing to wear. And everyone can see that Cary is failing, and there is nothing that they can do about it.
There's a kind of tinge of irony of like, you're not doing well, but because you're not doing well, you actually become a perfect little cog at this cash register. So much that Tony, the whole night, he doesn't even come to check on you because the register is just running so smooth. No one's getting sassed. No one's getting, like, everyone's getting their proper change. They're not getting told, made fun of for their order. You are just taking orders, putting them in the system, giving the change, saying thank you, have a nice day. And the good little service worker soldier the whole night and up until you clock out.
Cary clocks out, and I think that they take their stuff, they put their stuff back in their apartment. They don't take anything with them. They don't take a wallet, they don't take a bag, they don't take anything. They just get up. Once they put their stuff down, they don't take their phone, and they just walk out of the apartment. And they just keep walking.
Where do you walk to?
Cary just walks in a straight line until an object blocks their path, and then they turn to the right. And they walk until an object blocks their path, and they turn to the left. And they just repeat this.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and just roll me a d6. I'm going to have a fortune roll here.
Alrighty. I'll roll one of the middle ones. Whee! How are they so consistent tonight? That's a 4.
A 4. Okay. So you're near where you live, and you take a turn, and you see that Gutierrez-san is out here looking for you. He's looking for someone, and then he spots you, and he says, you can see that he takes a big breath and like exhales, and he says, Cary,
Yes,
are you okay?
I am what I am.
He will walk up to you, and like he still keeps a little bit of distance and everything, but he says, you didn't seem okay at work today. I didn't get a chance to see you after I was talking to parents. I tried to text you and you didn't answer, and usually you at least send me 4 emojis. So
Did I not do my job right?
no, you were perfect. You were fine.
Good. Good.
You just going for a walk?
I just need to walk.
He says, I'm hanging out with some friends. Do you want to come with me?
I don't know. I don't know what people.
It sounds like you need some place to be that's not home and it's not work, right?
Those are the only places I go.
Yeah, that's most people. Come on, we're going to an arcade.
What?
Do you know what an arcade is?
I don't know. My friend Janus talks about them sometimes, but I've never been. People go to arcades, and I'm not a person.
Gutierrez doesn't even actually say anything to that. Well, it's like, well, it's got a bunch of games. We'll warn you, some of the rooms are pretty loud. So, but there's some quieter space where we can get some food if you need a quieter space. But I think it's fun, you know.
All right.
They have a Godzilla game. You like destroy all the buildings. Yeah,
I like
come on.
Godzilla.
And with that, like after he sees you light up, he's like, all right, yeah, come on. Do I need to tell anyone where you're going? I know you don't have your phone, or you're not answering your phone. I
don't want to tell
I'm-
Janus.
I did tell your roommate I was looking for you.
Good. Let Reese know that you found me.
Okay.
Nif just got married. Nif doesn't need me talking about what this is. And Janus has enough going on, and Callie has enough going on. I'm supposed to be the person who helps them. They aren't supposed to help me. That's not how this works.
Yeah. Sometimes the way things are supposed to be and the way they are, they don't always agree. But Yeah,
How-
and you're walking the whole time. You walk to his car.
How are people supposed to love me if I'm not useful?
And that's something to think about. I want you to meet my friends and we'll talk, okay?
All right. Are your friends going to like me? I know that a lot of people don't like me, and I pretend that it doesn't bother me, but I wish that they liked me.
And I think you talk like you carry on like this for a while for the drive. And you come to an arcade bar. It's like, it's kind of hopping place. It's got like the lights and everything. Inside there's like arcade games. He will pay for your entry. He doesn't even ask you. He just pays for it. And you see that he waves to some people. There is a woman. She's wearing what looks like she just got off from like a military drill. Like she's just having some off time. Like she's in like her like khaki colored camo pants, like but with like the olive green t-shirt. There's a few other there's another guy. He's got kind of like a big beard, kind of very much like it has started to fully go gray, but there's still like spots where it's like dark still. Very close cut haircut. Kind of a big guy, like stocky guy. And he waves over to them. They wave and they have their drinks. They're kind of sat at one of a higher table. He comes and like gives them hugs, and he says, "That's Ace," and points to the guy with the beard. And that's Bucket, and points to the woman.
Those are good names. I didn't know a person could be named Bucket.
She laughs. She says, "I didn't pick the name, but it's what stuck."
It's a good name. It's a strong name. Buckets are very good.
Yeah, it's better than it's technically my last name, but my last name's Beckett, but they call me Bucket.
Beckett is also a very good name. There's this show that Janice and I sometimes watch together. The main character's name is Sam Beckett. He's a time traveler. Well, kind of a time traveler. He hops into people's bodies, and it's very interesting. He's a very nice man. So I think the name Beckett is a very good name.
Yeah, I think so too. But apparently these chuckle fucks don't think so. And they said, and Gutierrez-san will introduce you and says, "This is Cary. These are my buddies. I was talking to you about."
Hello.
Yeah. He says, oh, go ahead.
The name Ace, was that given to you as well, or?
Yeah, it's an old nickname.
It's a dog in Batman.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of things, but
Yes.
it's what they call me.
Ace is a very good dog, a very helpful dog, very smart. So I think that Ace is a very smart name. I chose the name Cary.
Yeah, I had a very short-lived football career at the academy. I caught one ball, and they called me Ace for the rest of the time there.
People called me Lykos when I was a soldier. I was a little canine. So I suppose between the three of us, I'm the only one named after a dog.
You see that Ace goes to ask you where you served, and like Gutierrez-san like just says, You said like you don't. Cary doesn't see it, but Gutierrez-san is like.
Alien warfare.
And says, friend Cary here was out for a walk. Decided to invite him to see, to meet my pals here. We meet up here. Well, whenever Bucket's in town.
Where do you go when you're not in town?
Usually they just transfer me to another base. But I've kind of been all over. I go where I'm needed.
That's kind of how I was as well. I saw a lot of places. Many of them didn't have very many people though. There's one, it was just cliffs. It was quite fascinating.
Yeah. Sometimes I get to go to Italy. One time I went to Korea. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of Korea. And Italy. I've heard of so many things. I'm sorry, I'm really trying to be a good at being a person, and I don't know if I'm doing a good job, but I want to be friends with you very badly because the only other soldier that I've ever met, we had a very brief interaction, and
Ace will actually speak up over you. He says, if this one vouches for you, you're already our friend.
Okay. Good. Great.
He says, oh, we all met up because sometimes it's hard on the other side. This one ended up re-enlisting. It was so hard. And points to the one they call Bucket. And he says, sometimes once you don't have that structure in your life and you're trying something new, things can feel different. And the sensei here was worried about you. Don't take it personally. That's what we do. That's why we're friends. We look out for each other.
Honestly, that's kind of nice. I don't really talk about it with my friends because they don't get it the way that I think you do. They fight sometimes if they have to, but they don't get what it's like to be a soldier. Because I make sure that they don't know. And that it makes me happy because it means that they won't have to deal with what I deal with, but it also means that it is very, very lonely.
Jose will kind of put he puts his hand on his back, but it's with a little bit of a smack, and he says, "You're not alone, all right?" And not Southern. It doesn't call me out. I'm self-conscious. And he'll say, "You're not alone." And we all served. We all did, and some of us are still serving, but it's not easy. We all had to find our own things to do outside that gave us reason to, or something, some type of structure in our life. It's not always easy on the other side once you're out. But know that there's people here who will look out for you.
Thank you. That makes me feel a lot better. It's nice to know that I'm not the only person, because sometimes I feel like if I had been better, if I had been a better soldier, if I had been better at being a fighter, I wouldn't be feeling the way that I'm feeling. I would come back and everything would be fine, and I'd just be able to be somebody else, to be somebody new, to be a person.
People fight, they ain't made for fighting.
Sometimes I feel like that's all I was made for.
Ace will say, I was in for 10 years. I was in a real low spot when I got out. And if it hadn't been for a little group like this, I don't know where I'd be. And probably on a newspaper clipping somewhere, but yeah, just know you're not alone and know that you're a person besides what you were told. You were all right. When you go into the army, go into the military, they break you down. They build you back up in what they want you to be. But that's not who you were. That's not who you are. You can be something else besides that.
Thank you.
Now, I bet I could beat your ass at any game in this place.
I heard there was a Godzilla game.
Oh, I'm on it. I'm Donkey Kong all day. Wait, here's a King Kong, whatever. he like stands
Sorry.
up.
So King Kong is actually the original, and then Donkey Kong later came from that. That's why his name is Donkey Kong. And Cary goes into this big long explanation about Godzilla.
And yeah, he'll go and play a game. Yeah, and you can kind of see that Jose and Bucket are in the still at the table kind of chatting. But yeah, it doesn't fully relieve your stress, but at least you're not wandering anymore. So we will move as all of that happens. We move to, I think we'll go ahead and move to our last player. Callie, how does obligation call to you?
Do we roll about it first and then decide what we want to do, or do we decide what we want to do and then roll?
Oh yeah, we discussed what you wanted to do. What is your lowest stat?
I've got like the sun, moon, stars, or the individual, like the little guys within those
sun,
components.
moon, stars. Yeah.
I've got 2 things in stars and 2 things in moon.
I would say that this is moon. So
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your two dice, and we'll see how this goes.
A 1 and a 3.
1 and 3. Okay, so we'll take the 3. So you're gonna go with 3 stress. What is it you want to do for your obligation phase?
All right. So mark 3 stress, you said?
Yeah.
I think that I will text Cameron and say, hey, working on portrait unit for Johnson's class. Want to be my subject? Question mark. With like a little winky face.
You get back all caps yes with 5 exclamation points.
Fantastic. I'll drop a pin at the park that's nearby and we'll meet them there.
Absolutely. Yeah, you go to the park here, probably just the one near campus. Probably some some park blocks that feel like they're part of the campus. And you see that Cam comes up. She is wearing the like loudest button-up shirt. It is pinks and purples and patterns, and they've done their eye makeup. Just they like they've come full out. You said portrait, and like they were there, ready. So
Fantastic. Hey, you look great.
thanks. I got a little nervous when you said portrait, but very excited about it.
I mean, it's not, don't be too nervous. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
We'll
All
see how
right.
this goes. So we'll set up near some trees or whatever, and I'll just direct shots. I don't know, like it's kind of I don't know how to play that out in a non-boring way. So I'll just,
No, that's okay.
yeah, well, I'll just do that for a bit there, and I'll take a few shots, and then probably eventually get on the subject of like Nif getting married, because I took pictures, and so I'll probably pull out my iPad to show Cam some of the pictures from there.
Cam will sidle up right next to you, like, and like props himself up with their arm behind you, not like wrapped around you, but against the bench, propped up, and like is almost leaning on your shoulder to look at the iPad as you're showing.
Cool. And I'll flip to one. I want to do the whole thing where you make this black and white, and then like just the flowers are a certain color. But then what I really want to do, just because I think it'll be absolutely hilarious, and I'll flip a few pictures over, is I want to make this one black and white, and then the massive curly fry in color. I just think that Nif will get a kick out of it, and it'll be funny. I don't know.
Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, that sounds hilarious. This is you. Cam hasn't met Cary. I don't think Cam's met any of
I
these
don't think
people.
I don't think they
No,
have, no.
like, we'll point out Cary's like avant-garde style. It's like like it. Bring capes back.
It's truly, honestly, such a look. It was a super last minute. Okay, so Nif just like texted us in the group chat with like, "Hey, meet me here at this time and dress kind of nice." And we were like, "Okay." And then it was like, "Oh, BT dubs, I'm getting married right now. Let's go."
Oh, so it was sudden. Like, yeah, you didn't tell me about anyone engaged. I would have
Yeah,
remembered
it
that.
was super sudden. We didn't know until we got there, but it was really cute. It makes a lot of sense. They've been together for quite a while. They're super, super cute, as you can tell. But yeah, so we will I'll take photos for however long, whatever.
Mhm.
Talk about the friends. If you ever want to hang out with us, you are more than welcome. It's a goofy, strange bunch, but they're pretty friendly and open to newbies.
I would love to hang out with them. I mean, it gives me a chance to hang out with you more.
Yeah, for sure. We can hang out whenever as well. You know, I'm not terribly busy. I guess I'm a little busy, but I'm not like super busy.
Um, like you can see for a moment that Cam's thinking about something, and it's like, I don't want to be rude, but is there something here? Like,
Something here.
I didn't don't worry about it. I didn't say anything.
Like
Yeah, I would love to.
romantically?
And like they turn beet red, like, and they say, "Yeah."
I'm I've never dated anybody
There's no pressure. You don't have to do anything you don't want
like
to do. Like that.
ever.
Oh, um,
Yeah, I know. I'm like really old to have not.
no,
Yeah, it's
that's
weird.
fine. Everyone has their own pacing and everything. That's okay.
I've just been very school focused.
that's completely reasonable. You can forget I asked. We can just be friends. We can just hang out and.
I'd like to think on it. Is that weird?
No,
It's probably weird.
That's not weird at all.
I'm
Yeah.
not terribly impulsive.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's fine.
But I appreciate that you mentioned and asked, and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, just get back to me. And like
It
they're
doesn't have to
looking
be
at their
weird.
shoes.
It
I'm
doesn't have to
sorry,
be weird. It's
I'm
fine.
making it weird. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Or it can just be weird and it's fine. It's just fine. Let's go take pictures at that rock over there.
Okay. And yeah, you don't get the quality portraits. It's definitely awkward for the rest of this photo shoot. As like as Cam is trying to like tone it back, but also like trying to be a good subject. Yeah, it's kind of rough.
Oh my god, hold on. I need to show you this video and I'm going to pull up whatever video on TikTok has me laughing the most this particular day because it changes on the day. And I'm going to show them that and hope that it kind of breaks them out of their awkward feeling.
Yeah, I feel like you hand them the phone and like so you can like take a step or two back to catch that moment where they're laughing. And you manage to catch it, just this little candid moment.
Perfect. Once I feel like we've got enough shots and we're done hanging out for the day, I don't know. Just go off on our own, I guess. Our separate ways.
Yeah. Cam will just say, yeah, just text me. I'd love to meet your friends at some point.
Absolutely. And I will send you copies of these if you want them. And then I can also send you the post-edited copies if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd love to see them. Yeah, and if you need any tips with post-processing or anything, let me know. I'm pretty good at that stuff.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And before we leave, I'll give them a hug.
Yeah. You get back pats. The tiniest little back pat.
Stop being weird. It's fine. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah. Callie doesn't see this, but Cam's 100% texting like one of their friends, like, oh man, I biffed it hard.
And Callie's just like, oh, I didn't know that this was a thing that could ever happen to me. Whoa, that's weird. I'm gonna have to go home and assess that now. A pro-con list or something. Very Rory Gilmore. I gotta go think about it. I'll let you know.
Yeah, but that wraps up our obligation phase, and we make our way into downtime.
Woohoo.
But as we go into downtime, as all these timelines kind of wind through, the downtime begins by you all getting a message in the group chat from Kai, and it says, "Emergency, South Campus."
Oh fuck.
Okay,
Janus takes off at a dead sprint.
where is Cary right now? Did Cary come back, or is Cary still at the arcade?
Yeah, it'll be after all these timelines have so you can it'll probably be during the actually no, it could be at night. So you're probably at the arcade. I'd say that's a interesting place to come from this.
Okay. Cary sees the message, eyes kind of go wide, face considerably pales.
To be sorry, to be pedantic about it, Cary did say that they left their phone behind. Cary would not get that message.
Oh no.
Cary's... Shit, you're
No.
right. Mal, what do we do? Mal.
Now I broke it. Fix it.
I mean, when we
Well,
figure out that Cary isn't there, we have the lifeline. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
True, true,
All
true.
right, yeah. Cary's just having an okay time because they're around people who get it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and you can
Oh
definitely.
no, the one time that Cary stops being a soldier, there's immediately an emergency. Oh, this is so bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, if
I've
it comes
ruined
around,
my
if Nif
character.
uses the lifeline and you hear it, what do you tell Ace and Bucket and Jose?
Cary pauses for a second, thinks about it for 2 minutes, and then is going to go into the bathroom and throw up. And is going to come back out of the bathroom and say, I don't know if I'm feeling very well. I think the fact that I didn't eat a lot today is catching up with me in a bad way. Is there any way that we could go home?
Yeah. Jose says, yeah, absolutely.
It was really nice to meet you, Ace. It was really nice to meet you, Bucket. Jose, thank you.
You see that they have
And
all
it
written
is-
their names and numbers on a napkin, and
It is notably the first time Cary ever calls him Jose.
oh, like again, I don't think Cary sees it, but like Jose's in like right behind your field of view, like don't call me Jose. It's weird. Like it's just like yeah, just like it's weird. Like like to the other two, it's like but good. It's like and you see that Cary would see that Ace just gives a slight nod to Jose. Like yeah, it's good. Um as you know, you could tell that Ace is like the elder statesman of this group in a way.
I am genuinely about to cry because he's like my grandpa.
Oh,
Like I am so close to tears because of Ace. That's part of the reason Ace is one of my favorite Joes. Actually, it's him and Shipwreck because my grandpa was in the Navy.
absolutely. But yeah, Jose will take you to the car and take you home.
Yeah.
He says he'll ask you like, hey, what did you think of them?
I really liked them. It was so nice. Thank you.
Yeah. They both wrote down their numbers for you. So yeah,
And
we have our group chat. So
I'll text them, and you have my number.
yeah.
I really appreciate it. I don't quite know what I would have done if I didn't run into you.
Full disclosure, Reese. He did use your phone and called me. He didn't really know who else to.
Of course he did.
I mean, you left your phone and you got people worried. You just left everything. So remember that there's people who care about you and are looking out for you. All right.
All right. Is it weird that I called you Jose? Because I know that I didn't really do that, but I feel like we're...
Oh, it's my name. You can use it. It's
Okay.
fine. We're coworkers. Like you don't, and you know.
You can still call me Cary. I don't have another title. I mean, I have Lykos, but that... I don't want you to call me Lykos. Please don't call me Lykos.
I won't call you Lykos. And
Thank you.
he says, yeah, of course, anytime. Yeah, anytime we get together, you're welcome to come out. And in fact, like you just text me if you need anything, okay?
I will. Thank you.
And he'll drop you off in front of your apartment.
I really do appreciate you giving me the opportunity with with the children and training them. It's nice to channel it into something constructive. And I don't think I appreciated how nice that was until I had a really bad day.
Yeah, that's kind of why I started doing it too. I mean, my dad did it before me. He taught kids how to he taught at all levels, but it was much better than I was at it. Um, and I'll have to show you all his trophies sometime. But I mean, you've seen the shrine I keep to him, so. But yeah. So, man, it's me when I got out. It was the only thing that made sense to me.
Cary takes a second, is like out of the car, thinks about it, goes back, and goes to hug Jose.
He pulls you in so tight. He's like, remember, you're a person, okay?
I am a person.
Damn right.
Cary is going to go back to their apartment, probably go out the back way and head to the emergency. They'll be a little bit later, which is good because I am very emotional right now. I said this in chat, but I come from a military family, so this is just, it's like hitting really close to home. My family, they rescued greyhounds, and my grandpa coached high school football. That was what he did after. He was a really good announcer for it too once he didn't coach anymore.
Amazing. Yeah. The rest of you all meet up on the South Campus. All of you notice, you see Kai in the distance, but there are feathers everywhere, long white feathers. And Kai doesn't come out in the open too often, but it's dark enough out here, and like they have like a hood up over the monitor. And they notice you three, Callie, Janus, and Nif, come up and will like kind of quietly wave you over.
What's going on?
Did you slaughter a chicken out here, Kai? What's going on?
Not quite. And will point, and like Kai has done their best to like gather up this body in a position that looks comfortable, but it is the still living, breathing, but very injured body of oh, why did I forget her name? But the captain who you saved from the plane.
Ramos, Captain Ramos.
Yeah.
Ramos, yeah.
Alex Ramos.
Yep. Yep. Captain Ramos with massive angelic wings. A like held tight is a are you familiar with a challenge coin? Like it's this large metal coin that has it seems to have like an inscription of like jets flying over Santa Marta Bay, and but it's held like, yeah, as much as like she is unconscious, this was vital for her to hold for some reason. Kai says, I require your assistance. This would be a massive dreaming event if others were to find this. I felt the energy surge, but could not locate where it ended up. I finally did.
I think, yeah, like Nif would take off her jacket and like put it around Captain Ramos. Alice, Alice, are you here? Are you? What's up, Alice?
I'm gonna have you go ahead and I would like a roll for it. I don't know what action. I don't have the actions in front of me.
We've got defy, empathize, express, confess, forgive, perceive, analyze, conceal, and flow.
What feels right here?
I would say almost analyze, maybe.
Yeah, give me analyze.
5.
5. Okay. 5 is partial. So okay. Yeah. Pardon me. You see, like, she is breathing, but in like she's fully unconscious. She doesn't really respond. Like, you're getting like physiological responses from like the shaking and everything, but she's not rousing. And you can see that the eyes are moving rapidly underneath the eyelids.
Like REM.
Oh my god. Shit. Do you think this is like Agatha? Do you think that she's a new conduit?
I says, I am uncertain of what this case is, but this is not the first thing that has attached to a dreamer from the dreaming. It's not unreasonable to say it could be any number of things we will need to analyze further.
Yeah, once Cary gets here, I reached out, I don't see that I don't see that they responded in the text. Did they? And Nif would reach out again and just like, hey, we're at the South Campus. There's a big thing going on. I hope that you're okay. I hope that you're on your way. Just kind of like, all right, well, you know what? My car's over back here. Let's, we can like get Alice to the car. I'm sure Cary will be here. We'll be here shortly.
Cary is there when Cary gets there.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say probably by the time like you're pulling Alice to the car, that's about when Cary would get there.
Cary's like full sprint. And I feel like people would pick up on the fact that it looks like they've been crying. They're like full sprint immediately over to assess the situation. All right, what's happening? What do we need? Why are there feathers? Oh my god.
It's Captain Ramos.
Yes, I can see that.
Yes. Okay. And it looks like they are dreaming.
All right.
And I'm concerned that maybe, like, I don't know if this is what Agatha's like. Maybe they created a new conduit. Or I'm not sure. But like Kai was out here.
Kai is here right now.
Yeah. No, but just like Kai came out. Kai came out here because there was something big.
All right. All right. Mal, what does Cary know about this?
You would know you're not sure what dreaming entity this is if you're familiar with them, but you can tell that this is clearly with the wings and other changes. You're not sure what is happening right now, but you know that this is some dreaming creature that has attached, one of the gods has attached itself to Alice. You don't know why or how. It's odd. Usually there's been some intervention though. I mean, there was intervention with Splendiferous, there was intervention with any number of creatures that you've seen. Someone opened a portal, someone, you know, directly came over, but it was always with some intent that something like you was made.
All right. All right. So this is something intentional. Captain Ramos has very close ties to the military. How likely is it that the military and Storm are working together?
Oh, I mean, Storm will have military contracts for sure. I think that it is, like a 99.9% chance that Storm and the military are working together.
Alice also confirmed this for you, that this operation was joint with Storm Industries.
Oh, right, yes.
Yes, right. All right, so this is clearly they're betaing a new project. Did I use that word right, Janus? Betaing? Good. They're betaing a new project, and they're likely trying to create a weapon of some kind, harnessing the gods into vessels, into soldiers. I don't know that that's going to be a good thing for them in the long run.
I feel like it's not going to be a good thing for us and the rest of the world either.
It will be a good thing for the dreaming and no one else.
Yeah, I mean, I can't hear anything back, but I'm just a second. And Nif will kind of, having established that Alice had been an ally, at least at one point, Nif will try to kind of call Alice in her mind. And I know that Nif won't know whether or not it goes through, but just kind of like, hey, we're here. Looks like you're in kind of a pickle. We want to help you. We're here to help you, and you're safe with us. We're gonna take you somewhere safe, and we're gonna take care of you and figure this out.
Yeah, you managed to get Captain Ramos into your vehicle. Kai really can't fit with the head and everything, and also all the wings and everything. So Kai will walk back to the hideout with the rest of you, with whoever wants to join Kai.
I think Nif would drive Captain Ramos to the Calliope. Why don't you come with me? Cary, Janus, you go with Kai. So we are covered on both sides. We will convene at the hideout, and these feathers are looking really weird. Maybe try and pick up a couple. Just make sure that there's not a huge amount left when you get out of here. Is that okay? Are we good? Good here?
Good by me.
Excellent. All right. Text Callie, or I guess text the group chat if anything comes up. But I anticipate we'll meet back at the hideout, just a few minutes. So.
Mm-hmm. You all go your separate ways. You meet up at the hideout. You bring in Captain Ramos. Kai gets everything set up in the healing space you have. And we'll get everything set up in that space and say thank you for your assistance, warriors. You I will be tending to the captain's wounds, seeing if we can get her conscious once more and find out what has happened. But a massive spike of energy from the dreaming occurred shortly before I found her.
Can you pinpoint where?
Yes, and the display will change to a map, and you see that it was along a highway route that along that goes basically north south. North, is a military base, specifically the one that Captain Alice was stationed at. But it's a good 4 or 5 miles south of the base.
And is there any way that could be underground, or are we certain that is above ground?
It is possible, but an underground surge would have been affected. This was very strong. I imagine it was out in the open.
All right. That makes things slightly more easy.
They're getting
going-
old.
If we
Are you
go
saying-
there, go ahead.
Are you saying that the energy surge took place south of the base and not on the base?
Correct.
Okay.
About 4 or 5 miles south. All right. If we go anywhere in that area, we need to be very careful. I don't have anything to lose, but all of you do. And breaking into military bases isn't exactly standard procedure.
I mean, depending on how we do this, I can get a meeting with Storm for me and Janus, and we could see if we could parlay that into talking about their military involvement, or,
Can we afford to wait?
I could get the meeting probably pretty quickly.
As Kai is adjusting the captain on the bed that you have set up in here for healing and resting, a flash drive falls out of her pocket.
Janus, it's one of your computer sticks.
Janus grabs the computer stick
It's
and rushes to her laptop.
Yeah. Just write it.
No
Okay.
privacy. Fuck you.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so you plug it in, and it is hundreds upon hundreds of folders with multiple files. Some say Storm Industries, some say Top Secret, some are just PDF files after just tons and tons of them. Schematics, orders, all sorts of things. Just a slew of information, some of it mundane, but some of it might be important. It's impossible to see at first glance what is not important here.
Who's labeling their top secret files top secret?
Yeah, I start with
The US
I start with-
military.
I start with topsecret.pdf.
Top secret final. No, really, this is the final one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, we really mean it. Don't show anybody.
.psd.
Please stop it.
Yeah. The thing is that it's going to take some time to investigate this. Yeah, if you want to give off a first investigation roll as part of your downtime actions, you're welcome to, but I'm not telling you what to do. So
No, I'll do it. I'm going to investigate really hard.
okay.
I have a new time traveler skill called Oracle.
Ooh.
When you gather
Ooh.
info, well, let me start at the beginning. You perceive the myriad timelines leading from past to future. When you gather info, gain +1 level, +1 effect level. If it relates to your fated person, take +1d as well. So
Okay.
I'll do an analyze and then +1 for Oracle. Does that sound right?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Okay.
Oh no, in this case it won't be a +1 die. You'll have just an increased effect level. So if you roll a 5, it'll be
Oh, I
like you
see.
rolled a 6. If you roll a 6, it'll be a critical. So
Okay. Me too. Sorry, I'm chuckling at the chat. Producer Polly has taken the time to write out a top secret final version 4, final absolute actual final 4 PDF.old.new. I rolled a 5, in
a
fact.
5. Okay. That is a full success. The downtime. How many segments on the clock? So that is 4 segments marked on the investigation track. Also you get, I remember this one. Where's the gather information? So with the 6, you get 2 questions and 1 follow-up, and you have your gather information questions.
I do. 2 questions and 1 follow-up.
Yep.
I like what really happened here.
Okay. What really happened here? Based off the information you got, the fact that it is just completely unencrypted as well, that Alice probably had access to the drives that had this information for some period of time and managed to copy them all down here. Probably pretty indiscriminately because of the time.
Yeah.
Probably just select it all and copy it over, see what's important later. And you get that this is all, you're going through it, it's all pertaining to one project, and that project is called Oniros.
It's called fucking what?
It is called Oniros.
That was the name of the original project, right? With like Storm, Vogel, and Day.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. For my second question, I like, what is already in motion here?
Ooh, okay. You are looking through this and you're a pro at this. I'll talk about it in the after show. But you're looking at all this. What's already in motion is that there is a bunch of schematics and a bunch of operations that have been done around some sort of device that is being built. It seems that they have brought in soldiers and pilots as part of an observation mission to observe the effects of what Storm Industries is building. There's some sort of, yeah, they have some sort of device. It looks way more complicated than what Alice Vogel was Agatha Vogel, too many A names. What Dr. Vogel was working on. What Dr. Vogel was working on, very simple, straightforward in comparison to this. This is, exponentially more powerful. Okay. The power draws on this, you're seeing like huge, like you need an on-site power plant to power what this is. Okay. What's already in motion? They can get it to work, but it doesn't always work the way they intend it. And there are some documents speculating about some missing technology. They would probably label it as a missing asset. Something that they need that pertains to this technology that they don't have. But it works, and contact has been made with the dreaming. But it's not perfect. It can't be opened all the way. Not yet. They're missing something.
Okay. the choice of words around describing the technology gives Janus pause. The fact that they are referring to it as an asset. And Janus wonders if they're looking for like a person, a being, or an entity related to the dreaming, and very carefully tries to control her body and not look at Cary. And then a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
Is that from the same list of the gather information questions, or it can be anything?
That's open-ended.
That's open-ended.
You can, it's a follow-up question on the information you got from the 2 questions. So it needs to, the follow-up question does need to pertain to this, but if you want clarification on anything, now's your chance to do so.
What I'm curious about, and like perhaps Janus is too, is there a difference between what we're seeing and supposing that Storm Industries is doing that resulted with, Captain Ramos being the way she is, and what happened to Agatha Vogel? Is there a difference between that and the entities that we are seeing coming through from the dreaming that we think are coming like of their own volition? Does that make sense as a question? Are these 2 separate fronts? Are they related? Are they the same thing?
From everything in these documents and what all these like experts and scientists are observing, they are 2 sides of the same coin. They're of the same substance, but not of the same purpose. There seems to be chaotic things that come that are unstable and become projections on our reality. But there's also other things from the dreaming that come, but they need a person. They are a consciousness that needs something, some physical form in this world to cement themselves. And there are other soldiers who have been exposed to this device, to these portals to the dreaming, that have had other things attached to them.
Okay.
That is the only thing where all the like names of the soldiers are redacted and they're only referred to by numbers.
Hey guys, this is a great time to point out that this could be a wonderful G.I. Joe crossover. Do you guys want to do a G.I. Joe crossover?
Honestly, it does sound like that.
I will get into it in the after show, but this is the exact premise of like a specific G.I. Joe adaptation.
Of course it is. But yeah, that's
G.I. Joe, what can't they do?
Right?
They can do anything they want to, baby.
By the way, check out our after show for some incredible G.I. Joe lore.
Mm-hmm. I know so much about G.I. Joe, you guys.
Yeah. Honestly, I think with that answer to that question, that finding out that there's more soldiers and that probably Captain Ramos has been exposed to this and has a god attached to her, that's probably what we'll wrap up for tonight. Oh, what an episode, I feel like, guys.
I know.
Yeah.
It's such like a pinky in the brain game that we play. Like,
yeah.
What are we going to do tonight? Same thing we do every night.
Go
cry a lot, and then once to have eat at Arby's, cry a lot. I wish we had another 2 hours.
Oh, yeah. See, like I'm just adding it to my to-do list because Cary wants to check in with Janus, but also we probably don't have time for that full scene. So it's just on the to-do list.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely write down what you want to do here.
Yeah.
Keep it in mind, please. But yeah, because we don't have enough hours to play through everything.
Sadly.
All right, I guess we'll do our outros. Yeah, so we'll start with you, Chantel.
Hi. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I am Chantel. My pronouns are they, them. I play Nif. aka Concordia, the Harmony. I don't exist anywhere but here. Please visit me here.
You are a person.
No, I'm not. I only exist in the computer. I'm just a really sad AI.
Oh no.
So, if you'd like to see me more, please join me here on Tuesdays. I would be so much less lonely. But also, there are some other incredible folks in this group that do things outside of here, and I would love for you to visit them too.
Speaking of that, hello, it is time for the alphabetical order, the correct alphabetical order. Hello, everyone. I have been Elle. If you would like to see if I will continue to be Elle, you can find me at SapphicSoulful or at SoulfulSaphic on these social medias. I've been playing Cary Lyall, aka Lykos, who is having a great time with, just typical stuff when you're a soldier and you come back to a home, but it is no longer a home and you don't know if you've ever had a home. I love my grandpa a lot. So I am here on Tuesdays. Join me for Cary's journey of learning how to be a person again. It's really fun, and I'm glad that Mal picked up on the whole like soldier thing. You can also find me over on Bardic Inspiration Network. Tomorrow we are going to be playing our Tales of Exandria Shadows of the Lost. It's very fun. We are killing cultists, trying not to get killed by cultists, and getting hunted down by demons. Also maybe starting a polycule. Typical D&D stuff. And then next Monday it is, I think, 9 Eastern, we are going to be playing Power Rangers. Yay, Power Rangers! Which, coincidentally, we also have G.I. Joe in that game. G.I. Joe is floating around. They've been helping us they've been mostly helpful, but it would really be nice if they sent some ninjas to come fight the demons, because there are demons, and they are coming. They are actively here. The girl who has been haunting the narrative as the dead sister for a decade is now back and angry because she does not want to be haunting the narrative. She wants to be beating it up. So come see how we deal with that. Also, one of our teammates is a potential stepfather to a 9-year-old who does not want him to be a potential stepfather. It's very fun all around. My character is maybe in love with with their best friend, but also maybe not in love with their best friend. It's ambiguous. Who knows? I'm just going to talk about this game forever because I really like it. But yeah, please come check us out. It's really fun, I promise. And there will be another place you can find me very soon, but not yet.
Mysterious.
In proper CED order, I am Dozens. I have been playing girl scientist Janus Quinn, who is also time traveler Cronos. Janus is maybe also in love with her best friend and is maybe figuring that out. And find me here on Tuesdays. You can connect with me on Mastodon at Dozens at tiny.tilde.website. If you are listening to this as it is airing or shortly thereafter, it is spooky season. You can find some of my spooky tabletop role playing games that I've authored at dozens.itch.io. And yeah, see you here next Tuesday.
Hey friends, I am Soliloquy Jaden. You can find me everywhere online as FatSapphicBro. I mostly hang out on TikTok, make a variety of content. Feel free to follow me if you want to. As for streaming, I'm here on Twitch most Sundays, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., most Mondays, 6 to 9 p.m., most Tuesdays, 6 to 9 p.m., all Pacific time, but not the last 7 days of each month. And if you want the finer details of it all, it's in the announcements. Thanks, y'all.
Awesome. And I'm archangelic. You can find me here at the times that Soliloquy said in the announcements, because I only stream games here. There are definitely some charity games. I don't remember what times there are, but I'll put announcements in the Discord and on my socials. You You can also find links for me on my website, archangelic.space. I have kind of tried to move over to Blue Sky. I'm still on Twitter if that's your thing. But yeah, but you can find all those links on my website. I'm also doing professional GMing. If you want me to run a Girl by Moonlight game for you, I have a game up on startplaying.games for on a Sea of Stars playset game of Girl by Moonlight, which is a space and mech inspired game. Yeah, get in the mech, save humanity. Come play with me. I'm at startplaying.games/GM/archangelic, or you can find that on my website as well. Sorry. If you've missed any of our games, you can check them out on YouTube. Link is in the channel description and in our link tree. So we also have a podcast version of this game. You can search up An Empty Dream or Lantern Line Adventures wherever you find good podcasts. We are going to be going into our Patreon supported after show. You can find that at patreon.com/lanternlineadventures. The after show will always be free, but your support would mean the world to us. Thank you to our wonderful players. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to our audience for joining us. We appreciate you. And lastly, thank you to our producer, Polygeist, for helping us stream this show. We appreciate you so much. We could not do this without you. And as always, we love you, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, coconuts.
Go coconuts!
Go coconuts!